Welcome everyone. This is the 11th episode of the author interview series at TLV, the Digital City. And we have a fantastic guest, author Solanki, here with us, who's a writer of the book Trust Me, It Was Complicated. So, first of all, sir, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so we'll start with a little introduction about you and your book. So, could you give us an overview about the book for viewers who haven't read the book yet?
Okay, yeah. First of all, thank you, TLB. This journey from giving job interviews to this interview has been really long. So that's this is a first interview like as an author, and someone is taking this kind of interview. Okay, about myself, I'm a marketing professional. I'm into marketing for more than 10 years now. Uh, I, I don't know. Marketing is a kind of profession when you need creativity,
Yeah.
reading, and I've been always a very good bright student. So reading is always been my habit. Then a couple of years back, I realized that I've also been into the marketing which requires storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can tell stories, and then I came up with one day I decided that let me try to write also, because I've been reading and now I know how to write books. So yeah, this story came into my mind that let me write something about kind of start with the romance fiction which have some essence of my life as well. This is based in the 1990s,
Yeah.
where when this book will get you into nostalgic 1990s, and the story, the name is complicated just because of that. The one reason is that it was based in 90s and there was no internet connection, no mobile phones, and the protagonists here in the story, Sweetu and Shruti, are both from the different cities.
Yes.
So imagine connecting without internet, without mobile phone, in that era. It's more difficult. So today's teenager would like to, love to read this, that how it feel, to having no such communication instruments or the medium to get connected, and how this story revolves around that. So it is about that. If you read the blurb of my book, it starts with the quote, which I think it's the essence of my book. Immaturity leads you to fall in love, and then love
Yeah.
leads you to maturity. So that is the whole essence of my book. That most of the love stories, I believe, starts in teenage, wherein
Yes.
all your hormones on peak, and you don't think about anything else. You just want to get that person, or to meet that person very frequently, to be with that person, and how uh, love becomes hurdle, or kind of a distraction,
Yeah.
because those years are also very important, which defines the future and the whole life, not just about that person but for the family as well. So ultimately the book leads you to kind of climax wherein you will feel that it defines the love, how it should be and how it should not be. So no more spoilers.
Okay. It sounds like a journey, really.
Yeah.
There's a lot of heart in your story, I guess.
Yeah.
And the set 1990s, as you said, it feels like it gives a nostalgic touch to it. And as you said, the book explores the theme of love, career, family expectations, and ambitions. So, what actually sparked the idea, where you got the inspiration, and you thought that, yeah, I should really write this book?
Yeah. Being a college student, I've seen many love stories. Today also I see teenagers into mobile phones always. 15 years of a boy writing that my heart is broken, bro. you know, uh, there are
Yes.
more to life. There is much more to come in the future.
Yeah.
So the idea, sparked from that. Fall in
Oh,
love. I say fall in love as soon as possible. But then that love should, help you to grow, help you to, become a successful person, not as a distraction. That is the essence of the story. How the protagonist is suffering due to love, and ultimately how that the same love helps to, grow good in the career, do good something with his life, family expectation. So while a teenager falls into love, yes, that should also be a companion rather than a
yeah.
distractor. It should
Yes.
be, act as a companion. It should help you to grow, and it should make you mature as early as possible. That will be a complete life. You have your love, you have your happy family, you have your career, and that's the essence.
Okay. That's, I think many readers will love to read this because it has the theme of love, ambition, and tone between family expectations and choosing your heart. So that's really amazing. I think a lot of people will love to read that. And speaking of young love, do you feel that teenage love is often viewed as something undervalued and a distraction in the society? So, what's your perspective on that? Because as I have seen, it is viewed as something very fleeting kind of thing and a distraction in the teenage. So, what's your view on that?
Yeah, that is the same reason, because teenage, when a person falls into love in the teenage year, he
Yeah,
falls completely, he forgets everything else, and that's why the society seems as a distraction. Rather, as I already said, that it should be a kind of a companionship which, helps you to grow
yeah,
both together. And then there will be the thing will not be the love will not be seen as a distraction if it is your companion and not a really distraction. So that's the thing. And apart from this, so far the conversation looks like the book is very serious kind of a thing. It's not like that. There is a lot of fun in the book. There are a couple of friends of the protagonist, makes the whole story very fun. For example, there are a couple of chapters. There is one chapter where the protagonist V2 tries to find the phone number of the hostel where his love stays, and the whole chapter revolves around how a single phone number is they both his friend and Sweetu both tries to get that phone number, and the whole scenario is very funny. There are so many funny moments, a couple of funny characters, so I've tried to not make it a very serious kind of thing, but along with the fun, readers should experience the emotions of love, emotions of friendship, also understand the seriousness of the family expectations, the responsibility of life, growing, everything is there. So I've tried to comprehensively put a story which is also engaging, funny, emotional, and entertaining.
okay. That's really refreshing to hear. And I think love at any age can teach us so much. And I have to ask this how did you feel to see your book published on Amazon and as a first time author? So please describe that moment for us.
Yeah, I started writing this book 3 years ago. So I didn't know how to start, where to start, nothing. I mean, the publishing part was very late, but I started writing. Then when I finished, I started researching about what is the publishing process, how do a book come into the bookstore.
Yeah.
So first thought of anyone would be like, anyone who is listening this video would think that, okay, you write a book and then there is a printing press who prints the book and book is available in the store. But then I realized that no, it is not like that. It is kind of a long journey, very hard work requires. Then I found about this a couple of types of publishing, traditional publishing, which is for the first time author, it is a kind of an impossible thing to get in. Then there is self-publishing, and then I came to know about this Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing, which offers you the free platform, the DIY mode of publishing. And I thought, let me, as this is a first trial, let me go through that Amazon KDP and let us see how the book respond, how the people respond to the book. I didn't have any idea about anything, so I didn't want to take much risk into self-publishing by spending a lot of money. So I found this free platform. I went through all the videos uploaded on that platform, that how to format the book, how to upload into the publishing, what are the requirements. There are so many terms and responsibilities, terms and conditions for publishing a book on Amazon. Then while publishing, I found out that my book will not be available as a print book in India, because Amazon doesn't have this print facility in India. So that was a big shock. But then I said, okay, let me promote my ebook. When it got published, I remember I was traveling for the official meetings, and it was around 11 p.m. I was in my bed. I was checking whether it is published or not, and suddenly I found that it is live. So immediately I thought, what should I do? What should I do? It is live. So that was the first reaction. I jumped out of my bed, and then I thought, what should I do first? And I thought, I'm a marketer. I should start promoting. That's it. And then I started sharing with my friend circle and relatives first, and then they went through the book, and I got the initial feedback from my friends actually, because my dedication is to the friends. If you have read my book, right? So I got the initial responses that we don't believe that you have made it. That was the first response. We don't believe that your book is actually out, and we can say that now we are a friend of a published author. So that was the first reaction.
Of course, it was the result of all of your efforts you have put in writing that book. So it asked for a celebration.
Yeah.
So as you said, the dedication, it was for your friends. It goes like, to my friends, your disbelief in my creative abilities has been truly motivational. Enjoy the irony. So I really want to know that how did this unique dedication came to life, and what inspired you to turn it into something so memorable?
So yeah, my life has been blessed with very great friends. I have a group of friends who are there with me since my schooling time, more than 20 years. So they are like family, they are part of me. So when I thought about this dedication, the first thought was that I'll dedicate this book to my friends. Because in this story also, the protagonist got a lot of help, a lot of guidance from his friends. It is about friendship as well. The similar way, it is a story about love, but it is more about friendship also.
Yeah.
So the dedication came to the friendship, but then I thought about my friends, and all friends are they actually don't believe, and my friend circle is such like that. They are into career, studies, profession. Nobody has any other hobby than their career. Apart from me, except from me. I also do stand up. I'm a bathroom stand up comedian, you can say. So I
Okay.
have done plays, stage plays, and I've started this writing the book. So they've never shown faith on me that I can make it bigger. So that was dedicated to them. That yes, your disbelief in me kept me motivating. That
Motivated.
I'll give you my book published, and first book you will read about it and you will love it. And so that's how this idea came to my friends, dedicated to my friends. Your disbelief in my creative abilities was truly motivational.
Okay.
Enjoy the irony, and they are really enjoying this. Thank you, my great friends. I would like to name them: Nilesh, Ashok, Kronal, Ravi, Ankit. These are my life.
Oh, great to
I
hear.
love it.
Okay, I I can imagine that all of your friends
Yeah,
having that uh,
yeah,
thing that you finally did it.
yeah.
And now let's imagine you're transported back into 1990s, like your characters. So, if you were in Sweetwood's shoes, torn between ambition and love, which part would you choose? And if you could travel back to being 18, would you do something different?
No, I wouldn't do something different. I would do exactly what Sweetu did. But for that, knowing that, you have to read my book because it's an important part. A little bit changed the initial phase where Sweetu suffers and
Yeah,
takes some wrong decisions because of the distractions of love. I would not do that. If I'm traveling back and I know that this is going to happen, I'll stop that. So that in between there are a couple of years suffering, which I have shown in my book. That suffering should be bypassed.
okay. It's like very relatable, I would say. So I think every author and every writer has a little detail or secrets about their character which shapes their personality, but it didn't actually make to the book. So can you share some behind the scenes about Sweetu and Shruti's personalities?
Uh, okay, the secret of the character, you mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, which is not there in the
yeah.
book. Okay, I would need to think about it. Yeah, the secret for the Sweetu is that uh, he inside he knew that he is doing some mistakes. He is
Yeah.
often told to himself also many a times,
Mm.
and it happens to all of us that inside there is a voice which says that no, this is wrong, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, but we still do that
Yeah.
mistake and ultimately we suffer. So Sweetu already knew from the day one, and uh, the first thing that he was in love with Shruti, but he was not accepting it. His
Yeah.
friends, made him realize that, and he also knew inside that it is going to distract him, it is going to derail him, and it is going to harm him one day. But then still, the hormones didn't allow him to, avoid that. So that was the
Yeah.
secret.
Okay, that good to know that it makes him more realistic and related to the audience. So now, if trust me, it was complicated, your book were to be adopted into a movie, who would
Um,
you cast as Sweetu and Shruti?
okay.
Feel free to choose uh, actors from any era.
Oh, this a big dream.
Of
Hope this
course.
comes. Hope this comes true someday.
Oh, oh, oh.
Yeah, but to answer your question, for Shruti, I already imagined Kiara Advani. It completely fits.
Oh,
We have seen her as a in a role of a student
yeah.
already, and in a boli bali ladki kind of a. So
Oh,
yeah, and for Sweetu, maybe Shahid Kapoor or Ranbir Kapoor.
Yeah.
They can play a kind of a romantic person, the young person, a kind of teenager role they can play very well, I think. So yeah, these are but that's a big dream, big thing to happen if it is adapted into a movie.
Hopefully someday it will be adapted into
Hopefully,
a
yeah.
movie, and I can uh, totally see the pairing you did. It feels so good
Yeah.
to see them. If even it is Kiara and Shahid together, it will be a great pairing.
And
So
there is one important character in the story, Sweetu's
yeah,
friend, whose name is Vijay.
yeah.
So for that role, I see. No, I don't see anything. I see circuit. Yeah,
That will
same
add
character.
a fun thing to the
It's
story.
really fun.
Yeah.
Really fun.
Okay. So, is there any message or theme hope readers would take away from your book?
I have tried to give a couple of message. First itself is the quote that immaturity leads to fall in love, and then love leads you to maturity. That's a message that love should and love must lead you to maturity rather than distracting. There is another quote that we have heard that love is blind, right? I personally feel love is not blind, but yes, it leads to blindness. So that
Yeah.
one line I also added in that. There is one more interesting quote. I often read it and I often love it and be proud of it. That everything is planned. We keep on saying and we keep on listening. Everything I've written that everything is not just planned; it is also scheduled. So all the
Yeah.
planned things will come true at the particular time only. You have to give some time for
Okay.
the matter of love. When you are in love, you have to give time. The love will come to you, but wait for the time. Everything will not happen today. To all the teenagers, the message is, it will take a lot of time to get your love, become successful. So don't, propose in the morning and feel in the evening that I should get this girl or I should get this boy. It will take its time.
Yeah.
Give it a time.
Yeah. It's a powerful message, I would say, because the Rome was not built in a day, we say.
Yeah.
So yeah, it takes time for things to happen. So let's talk about your writing environment. Do you have a favorite writing spot, or what kind of environment help you to focus at best?
To be honest, I don't have a particular environment.
Yeah.
I don't have particular time or any particular place.
Yeah.
I just think about the story, what should happen next while I'm riding a bike or while I'm sleeping, while in the bathroom. I think about that, and when I get a good idea, a
Yeah.
good scene in my mind, I just open my laptop and write. There are times when I open my laptop in the midnight, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and my wife asking me, "What are you doing right now?" I said, I have got a very good idea. Don't disturb me. Just let me write. So I just start writing it.
Oh,
So that's how I write.
okay. You write it whenever the plot comes
Yeah.
to your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, tell us the story behind your cover of the book. How did that came to life?
As I said, I'm into marketing, and in our office or in my circle, there are so many friends who
Yeah.
work in studio art. They design brochure, and there are so many artists I know.
Yeah.
But then I thought I understand my book the best.
Yeah.
So let me design myself, because uh, if I talk about my job, we give ideas to the designer. How do we want the design to be?
Yes.
So I thought, let me try myself designing as well. So thought was there in my mind that it should be very neat and clean.
Yeah.
Blue is my favorite color, so color was already chosen.
Yeah. It was.
Uh, yeah, and the Canva is the best platform, and I was going to publish through Amazon KDP, so I'll have to do everything by myself. I cannot have any other help from the publisher or somebody else. So I went to Canva. I found some good designs. Then I found this sample of this cover, and I developed it on Canva itself.
Okay. The cover is really beautiful.
Thank
Uh, it it feels very simple, but it feels so good and so